Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. In this video, I will show you an interesting unsupervised machine learning project on Netflix data. We will use k-mean clustering algorithm to group similar movies and TV shows based on their features. Here is my GitHub links. Project summary. This data consists of TV show and the movie available on the Netflix as of 2019. The dataset is a collect from Flexible, which is a third-party Netflix search. In 2018, they released an interesting report which showed that the number of TV shows on the Netflix has nearly tripled since 2010. The streaming service number of movies has decreased by more than 2,000 titles since 2010, while its number of TV shows has nearly tripled. It will be interesting to explore what all other insight can be obtained from the same dataset. The data contain about 7,787 records and 11 attributes. We begin by dealing with the dataset missing value and doing exploratory data analysis, creating clustering using flowing attribute, directory, cast, country, rating, description. The value in this attribute will be and then vectorize using DFIDF vectorizer. We use principal component analysis to handle the dimensionality. We build two types of cluster using the k-mean clustering and the algorithm hierarchical clustering algorithm and find out the optimal number of cluster using the different techniques such as evolve method. A content-based recommender system was built using the similarity matrix obtained after using cosine similarity. This recommendation system will make 10 recommendations to the user based on the system to show the matches. These are the general guidance. Now the problem statement. Netflix is the world's largest online streaming service provided with the 220 million subscribers as of 2022 Q2. It is crucial that they efficiently cluster the shows that are hosted on their platform in order to enhance the user experience, thereby preventing subscriber. We will be able to understand the source that are similar to and different from one another by creating cluster which may be legal to offer the consumer personalized show suggestion depending on their preference. The goal of this project is to classify the Netflix show into the certain cluster such that the show within a cluster are similar to each other and the show is different cluster are dissimilar to each other. First, we will import the libraries and the data set, then mount the drive after the importing the library. Import pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, workload. Now import library are used for text processing. Now this library is used for cluster implementation. This library is used for building recommendation system and this library is used for importing warning library. It would help to throw any away warning cost. The dataset I am using contain information about Netflix movie and TV show. Then I check 5 row and the last 5 row. Now we will see the size of a dataset basically based on the number of rows and the column. There are the number of row is 7,787 and the number of column is 12. Now we will see that the unique value using the null and unique function, the attribute function information, so ID, type, title, director, cast, country, date and added, release year, rating, duration, listing, description. Now we will see the data set information using the info function. It's a null value and it will show the data type, that is object int. Now we will check the duplicate value. Here I will check the missing value. The is and function is used for check the missing value. Here you can see the director has 203,089 missing value, and the list missing value is date and added, that is Dan. Now by checking the null value by plotting the heat map, here we can see that the rating has a list null value and the director has a most. Now EDA. Now we will do that is EDA. For doing EDA, our first chart is here we are checking value count for TV show and the movie. For TV show, the count is 2,410 and for movie 5,377. In pie chart, you can clearly see that the percent distribution of movie is 69.05% and for TV show is 30.95%. The greater number of a count belong from the movie class, that TV show class, and the 69% of data belong from the movie class and 31% of the data belong to the TV show. Now the title column. Here I create a word cloud in which we can see that we observe that the word like Christmas, love, world map, story, and very common word which appear most of the time in the movie title column. Now moving to the next, that is director column. In this chart, I have taken top 10 director who direct TV show. Here I observe that the Alestria for Grill director highest show is Data List with which is 3 and the Roll Campos and Dizan Suter together has directed 18 movie higher than anyone in the dataset. Now next one is the cast column. Here I have taken top 10 TV show actor. Anupam Kher and Shahrukh Khan Om Puri play highest number of role in the movie and Takahiro Sauri Yuki Chaki Kazi has played the highest role in the TV show. Now we will see the country column. Here I created a top 10 country with the highest number of movie shows. Here I observed that the highest number of movie TV shows were based on out of US, followed by Indian and UK. Now we will see what are the release year column. Here I created the distribution by release year. The Netflix has the greater number of new movie than the older one. Highest number of movie are released in Netflix in between 2015 and 2020 and the highest number of count belong from 2018 year. Now we will see what are the rating column. Here I created top 10 rating given from movie and the show. The most of the movie and the TV show having rating of TV mature audience, then followed by TV 14. Highest number of rating given for the movie as compared to TV show. It is a pretty obvious because of number of category belong from movie class as we can see earlier in the type column. Now we will see the listed in column. Here I created the top present in the Netflix. Generics present high number of generics belong from the international movie drama. Listed number of Genre belongs from the classical and the cult TV thrill, stand-up comedy, and the talk show. Now, what are the description? Here I created the word cloud. Most of the common words present in the description column are family, fine, life, love, new, words, friend. Now we will see data cleaning. Data cleaning is a process of modifying the data to fit for a specific problem, and we will have no idea what you might want to change about the data set until you know what is in it. After the ETA, we are preparing data cleaning process. First, handling the missing value. The missing value in the director caste and the country attribute can be replaced with the empty string. Small amount of null value present percentage present in rating the date added column. If we drop this null value, it will not affect the much while building the model. So will specify simply drop the NaN value present in the rating and the date added column. Now moving to the handling outlier. Since almost the date present in the textual format accepted release year, the date that we need to create cluster model are present in the textual format, so there is no need to perform handling outlier. Now we will see the textual data processing, that is modeling approach, and the second one, and this is the clustering attribute. We will cluster the movie shows on the Netflix based on the following attribute, that is director, cast, country, rating listed in, and description. We have successfully added all the necessary data in a single column, and now removing the stop words and the lower casing. Removing stop words and the lower casing word are the common processing step in the natural language processing. Step word are the words that are commonly used in the language but do not convey much meaning on their own, such as an, a, and the, and is. These words can add noise to the data and can be something affect the performance of NLP model, so they are often removed as the pre-processing step. Lower casing words is the process of converting all the words in the text to lowercase. This is a common pre-processing step in NLP tasks as it can be useful for the few reasons. Case difference can be ignored and the vocabulary size is reduced. We have successfully removed all the stop words and convert to the lowercase. Now removing the punctuation. Removing the punctuation is a common pre-processing step in a natural language processing task. Punctuation mark is a period, comma, and exclamation point can add a noise to the data and can something be treated as separate token which can affect the performance of NLP model. Here we have successfully removed all the punctuation marks for the croppers. Now streaming. Using a snowball streamer to generate a meaningful word out of a crop of words, streaming is a process of reducing a word to its base or the root form. This is a common pre-processing step in the NLP task as it follows you to treat different inflected form of words as the same word, which can be useful for tasks like information retrieval or the text classification. For example, the word run, runs, ran, running are all the different inflected form of the same word run, and the streamer can reduce them all of the base from the run. Here we are done with the stream incorporate. Now the text vectorization. Word text vectorization is a process of representing word as a numerical vector. This is an important in NLP task because most ML model expect numerical input and cannot work with the raw text data directly. Word Vectorization allow you to input the words into the machine learning model in a way that preserve the meaning and the content of the words. Word vectorization can also be used to measure the simplicity between words using vector algorithm. Now, next one is the dimensionality reduction. We can use PCA, means principal component analysis, to reduce the dimensionality of the data. Dimensionality reduction is a process of reduce the number of features or the dimension in a data set while preserving as much information as possible. It is a common step in machine learning and data analysis, as higher dimensional data set can be difficult to work with and something suffer from the slow of dimensionality. Here we can find the 100% of variance is explained by about 7,500 components, and also more than 80% of the variance is explained just by 3,000 components. Now, cluster implementation. First one is k-mean clustering. K-mean clustering is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm that is used to divide a dataset into a specific number of clusters. It is called unsupervised because the algorithm does not use any level example to learn about the data. Instead, it relies on the inherent structure of the data to group the sample into the cluster. How it's work? The k-mean algorithm works by step selecting the key initial or cluster center at the random from the data. Then it assigns with each symbol in the data set in the nearest based on some distance metrics like a distance. The algorithm then strictly repeated the process of reassigning sample to the nearest and updating the centralized until convincing. Now visualizing the evolve curve and to decide on the optimal number of clusters for k-meaning clustering algorithm. Here I have taken a chart the evolve method k-mean clustering. The sum of square distance between each point and the centroid in the cluster decrease with the increasing in the number of clusters. The high score is obtained from two clusters. Now building the word cloud for different cluster in k-meaning clustering. Word cloud on description column for different clusters. This is the word cloud on the cast column of different cluster. This one is a word cloud on director column for different cluster. This one is word cloud on list in call for different cluster. This is word cloud on country column of different cluster. This is the word cloud on title column of different cluster. Now hierarchical clustering. Algorithmically, hierarchical clustering is a method of clustering that is used to build hierarchical of the cluster. It is a bottom-up approach where each simply in the initial treated as a single sample cluster and clusters are measured together as they are timid similarly. How it's worked. Algorithm start by calculating the distance between all the pair of the sample and storing them in the distance matrix. Above process is repeated until all the samples are in the same cluster. Now building the world cloud for different cluster in hierarchical clustering. This is the world cloud on title column for different clustering. This is for description. This is for cast, country, and title. Now content-based recommendation system. Content-based recommendation system recommend in item to the user by using simplicity of the item. This recommender system recommends product or item based on their description or the features. In short, with which item a particular user like and also the item that the user with behaviors and liking like him her likes to recommend item to that user. We can build a simple content based recommender system based on the similarity of the movie. To get the similarity score of the show, we can use cosine similarity. The similarity between two vectors is calculated by taking the dot product of the two vectors and dividing it by the magnitude value. We can simply say that the cosine similarity score of the two vectors increasing as the angle between them decreases. As you can see the above data frame, we successfully restate the index. Now dataset is ready to build a content-based recommendation. Now function for the listing down top 10 recommendation movie on the basis of the quotient similarity score. Now last one is conclusion. In this project we work on the text clustering problem. Within we had classified the Netflix shows into the certain clusters such as the show within a cluster are similar to each other and shows in different cluster and that is similar to each other. The dataset contained about 7,787 record and 11 attribute. We began by dealing with the dataset missing value and doing exploratory data analysis. And we first built clustering using k-mean clustering algorithm and the optimal number of cluster came out to be 5. This was obtained through the evolve method and score analysis. The cluster were built using the algorithm clustering algorithm and the optimal number of cluster came out to be 7. With this was obtained after visualizing the dendrogram. A content-based recommender system was built using the similarity matrix obtained from after using cosine similarity. This recommender system will make 10 recommendations to the user based on the type to show they watch. Thank you.